Today we'll solve a limit involving trigonometric function. So before that, I would like to introduce a standard result, that is, so if we generalize this formula, then it will be like, here a is a non-zero constant, zero, f of x will be equal to 0. So for the question where this condition will hold, we can say that the limit of tan f of x by f of x will be equal to 1. Here a is non-zero constant, and f of x is, it can be a trigonometric function, algebraic function, or combination of both. Okay, or it can be logarithmic, exponential, whatever. So if it will hold, then we can say that the limit of this function will be 1. So now we'll start solving question. From the very basic, I will pick questions. So I can write this as limit tan 3x by x whole square. So I will take this limit inside the square open bracket. So it will be like, so if I will relate this situation or this step with respect to the above formula, then I can easily identify that my f of x is here that 3x is my required f of x. Here f of x is equal to 3x, and limit x tends to 0, 3x is equal to 0. So this condition also holds smoothly. But in order to, before applying that above formula, I have to make sure that in denominator I also have f of x, that is 3 of x, that is 3x. But I don't have 3x here, I have only x. So I have to make 3x in denominator. For that I have to multiply 3 in numerator and denominator. Then I will find that if I take 3 outside, then it will be 10 3x square. So this one will be equal to 1 from the above result I have mentioned clearly. So it will be will be 9. Fine. Okay, so I'll pick some questions. So I will divide x, the numerator and denominator, by x. Then it will be reduced to 2 minus sin x by x. Now applying the limit separately in numerator and denominator, I will get the limit of sin x by x will be 1 and tan x by x will be 1 as x tends to 0. So here I can see that clearly I can apply the standard limit formula, trigonometric formula, that is limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is equal to 1 and limit x tends to 0 tan x by x is equal to also 1. Then limit of 2 for जो भी पॉइंट पे x जाता है 2 का लिमिट 2 ही आएगा. So it is very clear that the limit x tends to 0 for the function f of x equal to its limit will be 2 and it will be 2 minus 1, it will be 1 plus 1, so it is 1 by 2. So now I'll pick another question. Three sin x. So before I start solving this question, I would like to write one formula, that is sin 3x is equal to 3 sin x minus 4 sin cube x. So I will use this formula in the denominator of this question. I'll write this expression in place of sin 3x. So it will be sin x. So I can cancel out this one. So sin cube x. Taking 1 by 4 outside the limit. So I can write now 10x h In the denominator I will left with sine cube x. Okay, taking sine x common from the numerator, then I will get sine x outside to reduce to 1 minus cos x by cos x. So in denominator I have sine cube x. So sine x will can cancel one sine x from numerator and denominator. So it will be like 1 minus cos x divided by cos x into sine square x. Now we all know that we can write sine square, can write sine square as 1 minus cos square x. I can write so I will apply a square minus this square. Here it is 1 square minus cos square x, so I can apply the formula that is a square minus b square, that is a plus b into a minus b. So it will be I can cancel out this one. Now I can put 0 in place of x, so I'll get a non-zero number, that is cos 0 will be 1 and here cos 0 will be 1, so it will be 2. I can write 1 by 2. So finally I will get 1 by 8. Now we'll solve some another one. So before solving this problem, I would like to write one formula, that is sin c minus sin d is equal to 2 into cos c plus d by 2 into sin c minus d by 2. So from the numerator I can clearly see that the expression match to this format. So I will apply the formula sin c minus sin d. Here 2 by x is c, 2 plus x, and 2 minus x will be d. So we'll apply the formula, then it will be 2 cos 2 sin x. Okay, if I will it will reduce to this one, and in the denominator I have x, I'm left with x. So clearly I can see that the limit of sin x by x when x tends to 0 will be equal to 1. So I will finally end up with the expression, that is 2 cos 2 into 1 will be 2 cos 2. It will be the final answer. Now we'll solve some another problem, that is the fifth one, that is limit x tends to 0 a plus h square. So I'll solve this one. Okay, so I will expand. In first step I will expand a plus h whole square. So it will be a plus b whole square. I will apply the formula. Sorry, it is h tends to 0. So it will be a square plus 2ah plus h square. So I will multiply this expression. It will be a square. So I will write this expression and this expression together and taking common a square. Okay, so here I can clearly see that here I have to apply sine c minus sine d again. Then it will be into sine plus h plus h. Now I will divide separately h by this expression and this term. So it will be sin a plus h. So for this expression we can see that it is in the form of sin f of x by f of x, but in denominator it is not f of x. We have to uh, make that f of x in denominator. So it will be limit h tends to 0 a square cos plus h by 2 to sin h by 2. Okay, I'm right. I'm multiplying 2 in numerator and denominator. Okay, so it will be 2 h by 2. Okay, then now putting h. Okay, now applying the limit. Then this limit of this equation will be 1. Then I will end up with a square by 2 cos a plus 2a into sin a. Now I will solve another problem. Cos 2. So before solving this problem, I would like to write one formula, that is cos 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. It will be 1 minus 2 sin square x, which implies if I take 2 sin square x to the left hand side and cos 2x to the right hand side, then it will be 2 sin square x equal to 1 minus cos 2x. So I will replace 1 minus cos 2x by 2 sin square x in the denominator of this question. So it will be 2 sin square x. So I will take 1 by 2 outside the limit. Then the reduced expression will be like x tan x divided by sin square x. So in order to use the standard formula I have written in the beginning of this lecture, then it will be like x by sin x into 10x 10x by sin x. So it is x by sin x into divide x in the numerator and denominator of this expression, then it will be 10x by x into x by sin x. So if we will apply the limit, then the limit of this x by sin x will be 1, 10x by x will be 1, and x by sin x will be 1. So at the end I will get 1 by 2.